nothing there, and you are just like, you can accept that. So reality really is just, there's nothing there. And it is hard to not think that way too sometimes. It's hard not to think that way, where it's like no one's there at the receiving end, and no one's really responding to your messages, you're responding to your prayers, and it's a really test of faith. And sometimes I feel like I'm not walking by faith, and I'm walking by more of what God ought to do for my attention. And who knows? What if God is grabbing me in a different way and using this as a way for me to get As I was saying, my camera died, so I had to change the battery. But I don't even know where I ended off. But basically what I'm trying to say is that I also do have those feelings. But maybe these are moments where we are learning more about ourselves and learning how God works, and it's just how it needs to be. Like, it is scary because I fear that this is going to be forever. That this is never going to go away. It's going to last. That this suffering is just going to stay. It's going to stick, and there's truly no hope. And I think that's the eyes of a human being. And that's the troubling nature of being human, because we see it like that, but we have to have faith. It's assurance of things hoped for, evidence not seen, right? In Hebrews chapter 1. Hopefully I'm not botching it, but basically you have to have hope. You have to have faith in this, and which is, again, Jesus, right? And I always say this to people: the only thing that's keeping me closer and keeping me as a Christian today, it's not church, it's not the people, it's not the Bible. It's literally my relationship with Jesus, my relationship with Him, and the fact that He chose to suffer. There's a difference between me and Him. We both suffer, but we suffer because we're here on this earth. We share this place together, even though we're not good at sharing it. But with Christ, He chose to suffer willingly. That's the difference, because I'm sure if He asked me, do you want to suffer? I would say no. And I think anybody would agree with me here. But He did. And it's something where I look and I see humans, and I see myself specifically talking to me, and I see I don't know, I see a creature, I see a monster, I see something not good, and yet God sees something completely different. God sees something that He can turn into something beautiful, right? He can use me in ways, He can love me in ways. It's hard, and I don't understand it half of the time. So it's like those moments, and going to that verse, and Himself restoring you and then making you strong. So it kind of shows that after you suffer for a little, and it says a little while.